Hey there, Art. I'm going to bring you a short video on the progress that's been made and what we know, what we have. It's going to be a little all over the map. I apologize. I'm still kind of getting my head wrapped around what he's done and what's available. So please forgive that. So basically, I've placed the code that he's provided on a local drive. So I'm actually running this from my local computer. It's not on your domain anywhere at this moment. So the initial, here, let's pull this over. The initial Bookeo passes in the API key along with your unique ID, and it sends it through curl to the API caller. And what he's doing is going back and displaying this. So when we send the call, here are a list of all of the products that you have listed in Bookeo. Now, please note that there are only 3 things being listed, and as you can see, this is the same call in Postman. This is what's returned for each one of those items. Okay, so this is the second item right here. So everything above this is what's returned, for example, for the Saturday 90-minute class. So what he's done is he's just scaled this back so that we come back with the product code, the product ID, and the product name, which is going to be used to populate other things. Okay, so let's say, for example, we choose a 90-minute class. Okay, now he's hard-coded the dates, but essentially we can specify the beginning and ending range. Now it is something that the API call says is hardwired. Let's see where. Let me find it. Name and ID. Next. Okay. So the API only allows him to display upcoming events for the next 31 days. So at 32 days, he couldn't display it. Even if we hard-coded the date or we asked for the date for that period, the API only returns events for the next 31 days, which should be enough. That's fine. So I've clicked on Saturday classes. You see that there are 2. In the next 30 days, there are the one on the 14th and the one on the 21st. Let's just take a look at the calendar and see that. That's the upcoming one, 14th and 21st. Okay. And it shows how many seats are available for each. Now, if we choose one, for example, this one, this is the opportunity for, and this is a function now, okay? This is the opportunity for them to place their information in here. Oops, and if I could spell my name, that would be just awesome. Okay, and their phone number. Okay, and I'm not entirely sure. I think this is let's go find out. This is hold seats. What is hold seats looking for? Hold seats is looking for. Okay, so he didn't place any kind of label on it, but the first one is the number for adults, the number for kids. So again, all of this is just to provide data variables to the function to prove that the function works. So I actually need this to be 1 down here. So we're on the Saturday classes, remember? So this is 1 kid. If I submit, it's going to place the hold now. And so until they make the payment, okay? And if we look at his documentation, come here, hold the seats, make the payments, here we go. So this is the authorized.net API call. So these are the additional functions. So we're going to test it by putting in this information, okay? So we're going to say pay now. I'm going to put the card number in, the expiration date, the CCV, and then once again, oh, my bad, the name. And all of this, Art, can be, sorry, I can't type and talk, will be styled. Right now, it's just proving functions, okay? So if I initiate the payment now, oh, yay, look at that. Let's see what I did wrong. Okay, based on what I'm seeing, here's what I think is going on. I think my version of PHP is not high enough on my local computer. It looks like the instantiator class under the doctrine is for PHP 7.0, which is what you do have on your server. So I suppose to continue the test, I'll need to move everything up to your server to do the testing. But again, as you can see, all of the back end stuff is written. This is the entire Bookeo folder. There's the CSS, the DP, which I'm not entirely sure what that is. Some of these are packages that he pulled in, and some of this is his hard code. Okay, so like all of these are written by him to call and use some of the other functions that he's pulled in to gain access to all of this. So I think we're pretty close. Again, these are functions that are returning things, and of course we can edit these to make them return what we want. He did tell me, he's only returning the name, the product ID, and the code. However, you saw by looking in Postman, which is right here, everything that's available. Now, I would recommend maybe writing a function that will go and grab the first image in the description, because that's where I put all of those 200 by 200 images. So that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Just write a function that pulls that source file out. And then, as you can see, we also know what the booking limits are, the default rates are. So all of these will be used to calculate things. And we'll just update the function to call and pull those things. So again, all the back-end stuff is done. Now it's time to write the front end. I know you'd said it may be time to look at finding somebody else that we could hand it off to. I am interviewing on Upwork because my hands are a little bit full at the moment. But I will definitely be overseeing this, hopefully a little better than I've been overseeing it before. I just, I trusted Karam, and I'm sorry that went south. So I'm going to stop apologizing now. Anyway, that's a quick update. I will send you all of the documentation if you want it. In the meantime, I'm going to be interviewing and seeing if we can't get this to proceed. Okay, that's your update. Thanks, sir. Bye.